In this video, I will show you how we use our sourdough discard to make our sourdough spinach chicken pizza. I use 2 cast iron skillets that are well seasoned. That is a key, well seasoned. And then I also spray in some olive oil. You want to make sure that you coat the sides of the pan with the olive oil as well, or any kind of oil to help prevent sticking. I preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. While the oven is preheating, I put my 2 cast iron skillets in the oven so they can also preheat. You can use a pizza stone if you want. Now I will be using my sourdough discard, as you can see there. We will use cream cheese, mozzarella cheese. You can use anything you want, okay? This is just what we use. Spinach. We're using canned chicken here. This is home canned chicken. You can use store-bought canned chicken or a rotisserie chicken. And any herbs and spices that you like. This is garlic powder. So over here in a smaller skillet, I am taking the chicken, well, some of it, and I'm just searing it and seasoning it with garlic powder, onion powder. Here's some salt. And here is some garlic salt. We use quite a bit of garlic in our cooking, whether it be garlic powder or garlic cloves or garlic salt. It's one of our staples. So you just season it to taste. Now, whenever I got done with that, by then the oven was preheated, so I'm taking out my hot skillets. Now I'm just taking them out one at a time, and I'm putting in my sourdough discard. I'm using the back of a spoon to smear the discard all around in the pan. And once that discard hits that hot pan, it'll start cooking. As you can see, it's already starting to cook to the bottom of the pan. So you just want to smear it around good, and then place it back in the oven. I let them bake in the oven just for a few minutes until they set up, and then I spray them with some more of that olive oil spray, and I just season the crust with garlic salt or Italian seasoning sometimes. Here I'm just laying out my blocks of cream cheese. I'm sprinkling on some mozzarella cheese. Now I'm letting it go back into the oven so the cheeses can melt. I'm pulling out the other one, and we will do the same thing. Now, while that cheese is melting, it won't take very long, I'm taking a good bulging handful of spinach leaves, baby spinach leaves, and I'm just coarsely chopping them up. I will be using 1 bulging handful of leaves for each of the skillet pizzas. While I'm chopping, you can make the pizzas any flavor you want. Some variations that we have done have been, of course, mozzarella cheese and what you are seeing with the chicken and the spinach. We've also done just onions and bell peppers with the cheese. We've also done mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, bacon, Gouda cheese, sausage, and spinach. All together, that's really good. That bacon Gouda cheese is just delicious. We have also done the traditional, pizza sauce base with your pepperoni and everything, but we're not a big fan of that on the sourdough crust anyhow. This one I'm showing you is our favorite. You can see this is melted some. Now we're going to take the back of a spoon and we're going to blend in that mozzarella cheese and cream cheese, spread it all around. Now we're going to layer on the spinach leaves. We're going to take half of this cooked seasoned chicken and scatter it on top of the leaves. I'm taking some extra mozzarella cheese and sprinkling it on top. You can also add on some Parmesan cheese if you want. Lovely. Going to stick it back in the oven, and I'm just going to let it cook until the cheese is all melted and the spinach leaves are wilted how we like it. So this bake time in the oven, it may take about, I'm not sure, I never really timed it, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, I'm not sure. All right, so I'm taking them out of the oven. I'm just taking a knife, going around the edge of the pizza crust to release it from the sides of the pan. And then I take a spatula to easily remove it out of the skillet. You can see having a well-seasoned skillet is really good. They just look lovely. Now I'm just cutting them. Okay, so while I'm cutting them, you may be wondering what the sourdough crust tastes like. Well, it's good. But I will say that since we are using sourdough discard, one thing we have noticed, if your discard is hungry, the more hungry your discard is, the more sour it will be. So if I happen to use my discard that has dark, like black hooch on the top, this crust will be really sour. So I make sure that my sourdough discard is not overly old, I guess you could say, and that it's not hungry, because we don't want overly sour tasting pizza. You might like that, but I'm just letting you know that. So I hope that you try this or another sourdough discard recipe, and thank you for watching.